Hello, welcome to Magic with Melly. Thank you for being magical, existing, and finding yourself here on Magic with Melly, where I am sharing my magic. I am a card reader and crystal healer, psychic, intuitive, human, goddess, whatever, okay? We all have our own unique abilities. I'm here for you to recognize yours. I'm here for you to see me and connect with me, and my purpose is to help people. So here I am. Hopefully there's something in here that can help you, and if not, maybe one of my future videos or a video I've already done is the message for you. These are collective messages, so just trust that if it's not for you, it's in the reading for somebody else. I'm reading for as many people as I can reach, and divine timing has its own way of things. So it's this reading, and all my readings are intended to be timeless. So whenever you come across it, that is when you need it. Okay, and so just want to give us a few moments to breathe into the space that we're in right now and affirm that everything is okay, everything is protected, and we're going to be moving forward with love. So let's see what messages are gonna come out today for collective. Let's see some messages for the collective today. I have some downloads here. The name Joe could be significant. We have baseball that is significant. Someone could really enjoy spending time at the park. Someone can drive a Mustang. Okay. And the number 33 or threes could be significant. Someone has like a go-kart or a golf cart or wants one, or one of those like scooters. Yeah, like some sort of like mini vehicle. Someone maybe has a motorcycle as well. I'm hearing the name Matt, and I'm also hearing the name Megan. I'm hearing Trevor. I'm hearing Hannah. Jessica. Someone's car could be blue or red. I'm hearing the name Gabby. Gabriel. Michael. Someone has curly hair. And the cards are taking a moment to come out because I think the Spirit's leaving room for these downloads. So I'm just gonna pause. Okay. Something about your energy field or the field of work that you're in. Or you could find yourself in a field of flowers or like something with nature. We have 5 of Swords. The first card that wants to flip, and we have Judgment reverse. A Strength card behind it, you see. So Judgment reverse, strength. Judgment reverse, strength. 5 of Swords. This energy is sort of giving I'm shaking. Can you see that? For some reason I feel blocked or stagnant, but it's not. Like, the message here is clear for me, but it's the way to word it is stagnant or blocked. And I think it's not something that's of your intention or your alignment, and that is why it's blocked. Like, you're it's like this energy is sort of giving that you're not necessarily trying to be in your own way. Is Spirit wants to confirm that you're not the one that's in your way. It's like kind of, but indirectly. Like you're the one that makes the way. You're the one that creates the way. So if you don't see the way, you're supposed to create the way. However, Judgment Reverse is giving, you can't create the way because someone may be swaying your judgment, where you may have a clear, level-headed mind on something, but someone confuses you. It's like a test of your strength, or a test of recognizing one's own energy. Spirit wants you to be successful in this. So if you're sort of feeling blocked or stuck, stagnant, paused for whatever reason, it's not just because there's an underlying placement. Spirit wants you to find it. Like, Spirit wants you to be successful in finding this here. Because we have Knight of Swords. We have the Emperor. This Knight of Swords energy, reverse, is just really giving. Collective seems to see what following someone else's guidance does, what following someone else's advice does. Following someone else's advice puts you exactly where that person is. Because when someone gives you advice, the words that they are forming are of energy that they are currently sitting in. So then you follow that advice, you're going to be in the energy that was given to you at the time that the advice was given to. So wherever that person is when they give you advice. So, for example, a relationship issue, problem, advice, scenario, situation. Maybe you're unsure of what to do. That's fine. That's normal. Okay, it's normal to try and figure out what to do. But coming to someone for advice, make sure that the person you come to, or the people you come to for advice, the source, is operating or elevating at a frequency you want to be at, or it's a situation that you want to match, have something similar, like following the footsteps, essentially. Like, relationships, if there's a successful relationship that you aspire, to have a relationship like that, those are the people you need to ask relationship advice from, because they're going to be speaking from an energy that got them to what you're seeing, strength. But if you receive relationship advice from someone who their relationship's falling apart, or their relationships maybe isn't ideal, the details of their relationship isn't what you want, listening to them is going to exchange what, it's going to apply some of the energy onto your scenario. Some people wonder, wow, my life looks a lot like it's starting to look really similar, or alignment. Like someone needs to pay a lot more attention to alignment. It's certainly harder to raise your vibration than to lower. So if you do have something, you know, worth protecting or worth sharing, just understand how sensitive energy can be, because behaviors, actions, energy, it's contagious in both good and bad ways. You can see someone in a bad habit, and they have, if you connect with them, they have various reasons why they justify what they do. And then you connect with someone with a good habit, and they also have various reasons to justify what they do. Someone needs to look at the bigger picture, because it's borderline. There's a direct response or result of every action you take, whether you face it immediately or in divine timing. And someone's justifications aren't just for them, but for the most part they are. Like someone's way of phrasing things, you may hear it and be like, oh, I never considered that. The way they justify things, yeah, it makes sense. The way that they're justifying it. That's what I mean, like, it's not just for them. You receive whatever it is you want to receive. Someone may even be giving you advice, and you don't have to receive your advice. Someone needs to balance alignment and abundance, and applying it to advice. Two of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. It's like walking away from always asking for advice. It's like someone needs to take in their own guidance. It's like someone maybe have an extreme people-pleasing tendency. So they ask for advice because they want to know what would, like the pleasurable outcome. It's giving people pleasing is a pleasurable act, but then in some, if not all circumstances where there's an overpowered people pleaser, choosing the people pleasing over self-pleasure, it's like you're still getting some forms of self-pleasure from people pleasing, but it is not as direct as your own self-pleasure. And self-pleasure, for some it may not make sense, but self-pleasure is much more people-pleasing than the alternative that we were just discussing. It's like people-pleasing is like, what does this person want me to do? I'm going to do it. What does this person want for the outcome of my life? I'm going to do that. It's like, yeah, you might tap into someone who's experienced, or someone who's older than you, or someone who has led you, like who's given you a lot of security. There was a safeguard, there's protection, it's like if someone pointed you in the right direction for some time, like this is like youth going into adolescence, it's like there is an element of like rebalancing. Like there's a cap, there's a limit on how much a parent can know what's best for their child. When the child grows up, at some point the child has developed the skill to know what's best for them on their own without a parent doing it for them. The parent's role in doing that arises when baby can't speak, when baby's still learning how to speak, when baby is still learning how to just do instinctual things like breathing and eating, and it's like this dependency. But as we grow, we release how dependent we are on our parents. We release our need for them. And we just need to become more dependent on ourselves and more reliant on ourselves. But it's sort of a co-creation, that situation with a parent and child, because the parent also needs to, like, the child, for one, needs to recognize their catalytic moment of when they, when one energy is overpowered, when it's like, I can speak for myself, I can do for myself. It's a sensitive line of teaching, because some of this self-care teaching and self-love teaching and self-reliance, it comes situationally. It may appear where mom and dad did chores because kid couldn't. Now kid is of age to do certain chores. Like, things are adjusting all the time. It's like some situations are just not meant to be permanent. There's always change is inevitable. I'm hearing collective could make change harder than it needs to be by like hanging on to things. Like, this is like hanging on to things. Just when something becomes imbalanced, that is when you need to let it go. And let something new come in. Something that's more appropriate. It's giving like, I'm hearing like PG-13 movies. Someone could have kids that are like becoming teenagers. And that moment, it's like this era is like a teaching your kids is also teaching yourself. It's like time is, it's like transcendental. It's not linear. So you could like almost feel the same age as your kids in certain encounters, experiences with them. You may feel yourself put right back into the mindset you were in at their age. 10 of Pentacles is giving like your kids are supposed to keep you young. Like, the energy and the circumstances in your life are meant to keep you young. You're meant to keep you grounded. And some things, like, we have this 10 of Wands reverse next to this 10 of Pentacles. I see three of Swords reverse. I don't know, me like poking my teeth on accident. I think someone maybe misspoke, or there's a situation with the crown chakra that you need to point yourself in the direction of, like, how can I work or heal my throat chakra? like what needs to be shifted here in the throat chakra. Someone's either has a loose tongue or is a bit too shy when it comes to speaking up. Like someone's not shy at all, or someone is too shy, and it's giving someone needs to balance. We have 3 of Cups showing. This loose tongue with the 3 of Cups is really giving, maybe someone shares their good news maybe too quickly or too soon, and then that makes you vulnerable for sabotage, and then your good news quickly becomes bad news. And then whoever's been in the 411, like they've been constantly in the know, beware of those people. Like, why do they have to know so much about your life, especially if they're not reciprocating like details of their life? Like if they're just gotta know. It's like, why do you gotta know? Are you twisting things around? Are you trying to put yourself in my life when you're not in it? Like, someone, just notice how much someone's forcing themselves into your life, how much someone's naturally in your life, how much someone wants to know how much you want them to know, how much they know could put you in danger. It's like giving, like you wouldn't give your stalker your address or details that help them get them your address. However, stalkers don't want you to know that they're stalking you. So what happens then is that you have to act as if everyone can flip at any time. It's like you don't know who until you know who. Someone's feeding information to someone dangerous, and then they see their like good news turn into bad news, and they wonder why or how. Or it's like giving, if there's more negative energy towards something than good energy towards something, that's what it's going to become. So it's giving, be careful. Just be careful, okay? Like if something hasn't manifested yet, it's something that you are manifesting. It's still sensitive. The second that there's more negative energy towards it than good energy towards it, that's when it's wiped. Spirit protects it, because it's like especially things that you celebrate, or like that 3 of Cups energy is like celebration and like cheering. It's like 2 of Cups is giving like you and yourself, you and your connection with yourself, or you and your connection with all things. But having 3 of Cups is giving you are abundant enough that it's not just, you know, like that you are strong enough in your connection with spirit, that spirit brings in blessings. It's giving like that's so much of a like a celebratory, like being rewarded for being strong. This 3 of Cups, though, with just talking about this loose tongue around it. Just, you know where you're at when it comes to your manifesting. Some manifesting has only just started. So if you speak too soon, it's like one of those, it's just like saying spoke too soon. So saying like, oh, we're almost there, and then something happens. It's because maybe mentally more people were negative towards it, and you were the only optimistic one. You're the only one who believes in you. Like stuff like that. If you're the only one who believes in you, you got to keep that to yourself and keep building it, make it strong enough. Then it won't just be stomped on. It won't just disappear. It's like you need to generate more good energy towards what it is that you want than bad energy. We have the Judgment card again, and like this is some of the like Judgment reverse card earlier. Is some of you don't sense this blockage or stagnancy because it's like allowing and tolerating. It's like unconditional love is not tolerating endless pain. You know, like it's like someone needs to reassess some of these judgment calls on like what unconditional love looks like, and what taking care of yourself looks like, and what taking care of others looks like, because things do change. Like as someone grows older or as things change, there are other changes that are needed. So maybe there's a relationship that started off, one partner was working and the other partner is not working, and then it switches. One partner is working, then the other partner is not working, or both partners are working, or, you know, there's all sorts of shifts like that. And there could be a lot more resolution if there was more speaking. For example, one of my relationships, I got seen as the really crazy one because I was the only one who had emotions, or at least was expressing it. With masculine energy, I think it's really giving closed off feminine energy. Because feminine energy is like that intuition and feelings, receptivity, feeling like you deserve things. So someone has a closed off feminine energy is giving like they didn't think they deserved a situation here. They just shut it down. They sabotaged it. And then someone who is okay in a connection where someone is on and someone's off energetically, one of the individuals has to take on what the other partner isn't doing, and that's exhausting. And then explaining this to the partner that doesn't want to do anything is not going to serve you. It's like, it will serve you because you need to get off your chest. You need to, say your word. You need to say your piece. But if their feminine energy is turned off or imbalanced, they won't receive it. They won't see it. They won't understand it. They won't be able to hear you. It's giving like having the conversation. The point is for you to get it off your chest, so you're not holding it in your body. But it's not for you to think anything specific is going to come of it. You got to release your expectation of, oh, they will change, or oh, they will not change. Like, you got to see for yourself truly what they will say or do. It's like release expectation of what and just let it be. Queen of Swords reverse, Six of Cups, and the High Priestess. Someone's intuition was trying to guide them about a community vibe and about focus. Maybe less focus on community and more focus on you as an individual and how you can add to the community. The Emperor now is reversed. We have the Queen of Swords reversed. It's like when you pay too much attention to community, you start to conform. And some in the collective are not meant to conform. You're meant to be a leader. This Emperor card's coming up as a leader right now for me. It's giving like release baggage that stops you from leading the way. you're not meant to listen to other people's advice, because you're meant to follow your own advice. Someone needs to listen to their own advice more often. Like literally leading by example. Stop telling people. Stop waiting for someone to listen to your own, like, to your advice. Listen to your own advice. Like, someone's word is very strong, and when you see other people get out of their head, get out of their situation, and it's because you help them, like, it's like this 10 of Wands is giving, like, you gave them lessons that you know, but you're still hanging on to your lessons. You're not, like, releasing them. You're repeating them through other people, if that makes sense. Like, someone's trauma bonding, and trauma can have various levels of intensity and like just levels to it, right? And so it's like, if you're someone can be trauma bonding over, oh, we both broke up with our boyfriends. So then what do? Talk about your shitty boyfriend. But it's like, if you keep yourself stuck mentally with this I want to say 9 of Swords, but it's not swords. We had the 9 of Swords before. It's giving, some of you are keeping yourself stuck because instead of fully release, it's like some of you release in different levels. Some of you are like fully releasing, where you just cry everything out, punch everything out, like whatever it is, you like fully get the energy out. And then I'm hearing some of you only get the energy out to feel just enough better. And what does that look like? That's like continuing to complain about the same thing over and over and over again. It's like talking about it gets it out, but is it fully getting out of your situation or fully getting out of your system? If you are getting it out and like you're getting it out and you're placing on your friends, or your friends, you get it out and then your friends place it back on you. It's like this trauma bonding. Like, you're still gonna be triggered and traumatized over and over the more you keep telling that same part of the story, telling the same chapter. Someone needs to start a new chapter, and new chapters is sometimes is new characters, new people, new places, new lots of things. Sometimes it's a continuation of a story, but just maybe this character's not there, that character's not here, you know, it's in a different location. Just like something about the difference between one chapter and another chapter. The theme can change, the way the character looks, the way the character is portrayed, lots of things can change from one chapter to the next chapter. Someone needs to close a chapter in their life. Someone needs to pay attention to the context of memories or their thoughts. Like a thought pattern or excuse me. Something about putting your thoughts in line. Maybe in the correct timeline. So I'm getting this energy of past versus future, or past versus present, or present versus future. It's like giving If something was supposed to be love, but it wasn't, okay, this is where some of the trauma occurred, okay, where you received hate instead of love, and you thought it was love, okay, that's traumatizing. Someone's experiencing this, and then they're also experiencing something that actually is love. When you experience love, real love, you get triggered of all the times you thought you had love. You're gonna be triggered to release that pain, because it's getting in the way of the love that is trying to exist in your life. Someone, when this occurs, when something like, something that was supposed to be of love, something that is of love, you're in the presence of love, then you're triggered to remember, this feels like love, but this used to feel like love. So like, it feels kind of like whiplash, and you're supposed to process, was this the true love, or was this the true love? That's the test, is some of you are being triggered like a test of where you're at. Are you in the past, or are you right here, right now? Can you appreciate what's happening right now, or are you still stuck on something? It could be stuck on a future that you thought was going to happen. It could be stuck on the past because you wished something went a certain way. But it's giving, like, when something's real, you get triggered all the things that were fake. The devil reverse. Yeah, I'm seeing the tower too. It's like the devil in the tower is like, when you experience something real and you tap in even just a little bit, anything that wasn't real starts to fall apart. It starts to crumble, especially in the face of what's real. I'm getting like vampires, okay? Like, the example here is energy vampires or real vampires, okay? Blood suckers, life force suckers, okay? They suck the energy out of you. They suck the life out of you. They suck the blood out of you. However you want to see vampires here, okay? They cannot generate their own energy, so they have to take energy from the life force. And so vampires, they're sucking on human blood, right? So then imagine, like, humans, we can be out in the daytime, we can be out at nighttime. We generate our own energy, so we don't have to be daytime or nighttime. We kind of work with the sun, but it's like the sun's the real life force. And we're the middle. We're like the meat for the vampires, okay? We're the middle. But it's like, can they actually access the real life force? When the light comes out, all of our lore speaks on on vampires burning at the touch of sunlight. It's like that, like, it's like real versus fake. Real energy is going to make all that fake energy crumble. It's not going to be able to keep up its illusion. It's not going to be able to keep up. It's just not the same. It's just not the same. Another perhaps metaphor is like monopoly money versus real money, the ability, like the value. Monopoly money only has value in the game. It's a game. It's not real. That's it. You exchange Monopoly money, and what do you get back? A piece of cardboard that's supposed to represent land, but do you actually have land? No. But in real life, you exchange real money and you get real things. And it's like you cannot actually buy things with Monopoly money. It's really giving, someone's really seeing, like, having a reality check here of what's real, what's not real, what was offered to them before versus what's being offered to them now. And someone's either going back to their person or going towards someone new, or going back to a situation, maybe job, family, stuff like this, or going somewhere new. It's really giving, like, comparison can be a very low vibrational practice, but comparison as just a neutral tool it's showing. Comparing is just showing. So where do you place yourself on the chart? Are you here? Are you there? Are you in between? We have 5 of Cups now, reverse. Spirits calling in the importance of grieving, letting yourself grieve, because it is, if you don't hold space for it, it's going to get in the way when you do, like, it's going to catch up. It's like, don't push off harsh, bad feelings. Like, don't push it away. It's going to be there. Whether you acknowledge it or not, it will get worse if you just don't address it and clear it. Someone spent a lot of time ignoring solutions. Someone just thought that they had to just live with a problem. No, that's not true. You don't have to live with the problem. The solution does exist. You already have the answer. It's willingness to persecute. It's willingness to execute. Execute. Someone needs to be persecuted. Oh my goodness. Someone, Ace of Pentacles, someone is dangerous here, needs to be left out in the cold. Someone knows this with the Ace of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles reversed. Someone knows this, but it's like they are worried about what this break, like, literally, if you have to, like, break a connection or break a situation because it's not serving you anymore, like, someone's worried about it getting worse. It gets worse before it gets better, so it's like you can't skip that. If someone just wants better, but they're not willing to it gets worse before it gets better situation, like, they're not willing to go through that. Someone is saying, like, it's going to happen whether you facilitate it or not. Like, change, earlier in the reading, it's like change is inevitable, so you might as well go with the flow and release attachment, release expectations. Like, don't hold on too tight to anything but yourself. Even don't hold on to a specific way that you look, because, like, I'm 27. I know that youth expires. At least physical youth. But there's also the concept of an accident can happen at any point. Your body can change at any time. We grow. Someone needs to tap into researching a new mole, a new experience when it comes to your body, your physical body. So like some of you, a new mole or a few new moles appeared, so you need to look into that. There's spiritual meanings of placements of moles and why they show up in your body. Your body has its own language. Someone needs to commit to themselves a little bit more and just listen to their body. The Hierophant. It's like you could tell if one of your chakras is experiencing extra energy or not enough energy. If it starts tingling or itching somewhere in your body. Someone's third eye could be itching, or their crown could, you could have like headaches, or you could, someone's crown has a lot of energy going on up there. Any physical pain is synchronistic. It's in alignment with other energetic pain. So just know if you're experiencing physical pain, then there's pain on an energetic level that you've stored for later. And your body is like, okay, you chose not to feel this before, now you're going to feel it. But differently. Someone needs to pay attention to burnout. I'm hearing something, baseball was significant earlier, so something about a dugout and dirt. Someone drives, it's like all-wheel drive. Winnie the Pooh is significant. Someone's into, like, community. Someone's just like really active in the community is what I'm getting. I'm hearing something about the senior citizen community as well. That's really specific. Someone could just work in that. Wheel of Fortune reverse. That Wheel of Fortune reverse is Wheel of Fortune, and I look down in 9 of Wands. Someone needs to understand karma and understand that someone's like just, it's not random. And if it seems related, but they don't know, like if it's okay, on the physical level it may not look related, but on an energetic level you may feel or know that it's related. And it may not look related because there's other things karmically involved that, like, you can only feel the relation as it occurs to you. But there's other karmic things that apply that make someone's karma worse or less than what you think it needs to be. It's like a few readings ago, I was talking about the karma for my car. My ex etched profanity on the side of my car, and over a year later, or nearly a year later, I get into a separate accident orchestrated by my angels, because I learned my lesson and it was time where I fixed the damage energetically, but physically there was still damage, and then there's still damage that my ex needs to fix. But anyway, it's this whole message on things that are not mine to fix. Eventually the karma / dharma hit, and I knew I didn't have to pay for the damage that was inflicted purposefully, intentionally on my car. I knew that wasn't my job. I knew that was spirit work. And I knew that was like karma's coming. Okay, it's like at the point of attack, I received my like the amount of karma I deserved, and then some. And I knew that there was extra karma that was sent to me. It's like he was projecting his karma onto me, thinking he can play God. He can't. So I just transmuted it and was like, this isn't mine. I know this person's projecting. I know what's mine. I know what's not mine. I know the person that I am. He thought I was a certain type of someone. I think I reminded him of his ex, and so then he attacked me as if I was that person, but I'm not that person. Anyway, I transmuted the whole situation. His projecting, I just sent it back. No specifics, I just told spirit, this is what happened to me. I send back whatever I don't deserve, but I'm not going to do anything right now. It's not for me to do. I trust that spirit will do what needs to be done. And so I got into a separate accident, mild, very mild. The car changed lanes onto the same side that the car was, that the accident, the profanity is. And so when I got the car fixed, they said, we'll just use extra paint and fix that for you. That's no problem. And they were literally so kind. And of course I was so grateful, and my car came back better than before the accident. But the moral of the story is, when it comes to karma, you don't know, you're not supposed to know all the details of their karma. You just gotta trust it's coming in uniquely for them, and that there is some involvement, and it happened, and your involvement, all of it tied in with all the other involvements that you have no idea about. The event struck to teach all the lessons combined. The one where you're involved, the one where someone else is involved, the one where this was involved, the one where this was involved. And so a few readings ago, I was talking about the lane change, and even the attack was like, I knew I had some sort of car karma coming back, but what it looks like was like, it's gonna be a surprise, because through the event, I'm like, well, when I was 18, this small occurrence happened. I thought I got away with it. And then it reminds me of my ex, who then thought he got away with certain things. And it's like this weird back and forth with karma. But the intensity is always exactly what that person deserves. Even in group dance, I've been diving into some Zumba groups, and yoga groups, okay? And I've been seeing some ladies treat me some type of way. Knight of Wands. And then I'm like, this is a little off, but I'm gonna just trust that it's off and that the specific will be revealed to me later. So one of my last encounters with one specific woman, she was connecting with me. I think she was just trying to make a joke of me now. But it's like, joke's on you, because I'm taken seriously in the spiritual realm. I'm here to help. Okay, Knight of Wands. I'm here to help. I'm passionate about helping here. And it's like, Spirit really showed them, joke's on you. You're going to attack her heart space. You're going to attack her passions. Specifically, my heart space felt attacked because this Magic with Melly is where I release my heart space. So she was like asking about like the moon cycles and like stuff like that, and saying how she's interested. And I'm just kind of like, this kind of feels a little bogus, but I'm gonna be open because everyone deserves like that same fairness. And I just understand everyone's on a different part of their journey, right? So it's like, I could just be meeting her with my own assumptions and being an asshole, making an ass of you and me. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, this feels a little off, but I just trust, like, I'll find out later. I wasn't rude, I wasn't mean, I wasn't closed off, but I sensed danger or negativity there. And even I was like excited. It's like sometimes someone wants to give you like false hope, and they think it will be discouraging, or they think it's going to like do something detrimental. It's like, it's not. It's like, it still gave me the excitement, that hope that I needed that day. But it's like, to prevent a future disappointment, Spirit removed them because they meant danger for my heart space. So Spirit actually very rapidly removed them. They got COVID for a few weeks. And their COVID's not only related to me, it's probably other ways they attack other people's heart space. It's like, I had maybe one experience or two experiences where they tried. It's like, but maybe they had other areas in their life where they were successful, where the person they were attacking received. It's like, I don't receive energy like that. So it went straight back. Like that karma, it was instant. Some karma is instant. It's like, yeah, literally one of my last encounters was outside of our group, was like this whole almost fake conversation, but I was just like, okay, I'll be open to it, because me being open helps spread the spirituality. It spreads a good thing. Spirituality is a good thing. It's more open than religion. It's more accepting than religion. Though it's less structural, it's everyone, it's like personal for everyone. So I definitely am open to all avenues. I don't mind what religion you walk. I'll be able to meet you somewhere there. We can have a very, very, very open conversation about the bigger meaning of things, and being on a love frequency. I think a big misconception is being of the Bible is some sort of way, is like, it's only the type of way that from it, like it's all interpretation. So an individual who holds a Bible can still interpret it evilly, and another person who holds the same Bible can also interpret it with love. So definitely I approached that conversation open, but they had malicious intentions. I suspected it, and I trust Spirit. I don't see them for weeks. I come and I even switched the bracelet, the evil eye bracelet, from left to right hand. And I'm just surprised to hear, it's like surprised to interact, knowing that they received karma related to me. But then as they reapproach me, I'm not like, oh, you had this intention, because that's still a little assumptuous, because I know that it's like maybe the last interaction I had was their teaching moment. Maybe they learned in the time that I last seen them. So like, again, when they reapproached me, I wasn't like, you had bad intentions towards me. It's like they already received their karma. Did they learn from their karma? That's where I'm at now. Some of you need to just pay more closer attention to the karma, because like one experience does not mean that someone automatically deserves like 10 times the damage that they inflicted on you. Like I received that person like, whoa, am I powerful that like if I felt some type of way, did I send that to them? Like, someone needs to like just release that fear that like you can't send things to people unless they like, it won't go to them unless they deserve it. You can have that intention, but spirit's gonna handle whatever doesn't belong. So like, I'm sharing this struggle with myself because I like had to reapproach that person time and time again, like with just not just this person, but anybody. It's just like, just knowing that the time that they spent away from me was like, some of it was already karmic, that you don't have to hold any grudges or hold resentments or hold any energy from the last time you saw them. The last time you saw them was the last time you saw them. You're seeing them now, and they're probably a different person or a little bit different than the last time you saw them. So you got to give them a new chance. And similarly in the group, there was a separate lady who gave me a microaggression, and when I noticed it, I put up boundaries. And when I put up the boundaries, she changed. But when I don't put up the boundary, maybe she will never change. That is sort of risk taking. Like, some of the risks you have to take is just by continuing to be open, is like knowing the last time you saw someone, they hurt you. The next time you see them again, they might not do the same thing. You have to give them that chance of, are you a changed person since last time? The time from last time to now, what have you gone through that has changed something here? If they are the same person, then yeah, treat like that, then so be it. You don't have to stay around the same energy. Someone who's not willing to change, that's what it is. Someone was really telling like, okay, that person, I don't know what their experience was like in that time that they had apart from me, but they got what they deserve, and I don't deserve to think that they deserve anything less than love. Like I don't deserve to be any less than love. Like, so if my experience, like if I'm holding on to a past experience, it might stop me from being able to love someone who has changed or who has gone through something. Like, someone needs to recognize the past can be a major blockage. Just pay attention to what's being presented to you right now, today, and how it may correlate to a lesson from the past. And kind of someone with these gray areas. Gray areas are hard to reach, right? So I'm trying my best for a collective. I'm gonna get maybe a few more cards, just under 3 cards for the collective to end the reading. Just for the collective to end the reading, please. Okay, I have a Knight of Pentacles. Protect your energy. 5 of Swords. Walk away from what's not serving you. If you're holding on to the past, let go. If you are not giving another chance when you know you need to, just look at your comfort and see. Look at your comfort and see how you can, bigger picture vibes. Bigger picture vibes. And moral of the story, after all the talk about microaggression and karma and stuff, so long as you show up for yourself, the people who are detrimental to that will just be removed. And they will resurface when their energy realigns to showing up for themselves and respecting others that do that. It's like giving, when you show up and choose for yourself, you don't manipulate other people and things. When you show up and do for yourself, you are providing for your wants. You're providing for your needs. You don't need to control or make someone do anything. And when you're not doing that, when you're not, it's levels to it. It's when you're not in a lack mindset, when you're not attacking your own situation or attacking other people's situation, you could really relax. Someone's not able to relax because there's always so much survival mode or survival tactics, and it's just show up for yourself. You don't have to fight so much to survive. Just existing and showing up for yourself is enough, and whatever doesn't belong will be revoked. Someone's worrying too much about details, damaging details. It's don't focus on the damage, focus on desires. Your focus is what brings in more, right? So if you focus on damage, on what's falling apart, then that you're not going to be able to see or pay attention to why. Because it's all falling apart for a reason, so that something can fall into place. So if you focus so much on a bad context, it is going to become that context. Your attention is what you attract. So what you put your attention on is what you attract. So make sure you are attracting from a love frequency, from a place of understanding, and from a place of maybe just organizing your thought and behaviors and your who, what, when, where, why, how, and aligning it in self-pleasure. Because remember earlier in the reading, it's giving self-pleasure ends up being more people-pleasing than people-pleasing itself, because when you please others and you're not satisfied, then your own dissatisfaction it just takes away from the pleasure you're giving to other people. It's like a fraction of the level of people pleasing you can have if you had the total pleasure that you can give yourself. Where if something that, like an act that makes you completely happy, the act of doing it, you're completely happy, then the act, like whatever act that you are doing, if you are giving to someone else, that someone else is also happy. It's like you're genuinely happy, and then you genuinely made someone else happy. That is so full and complete. But if you only did it because you know it's what someone wanted, then you're not satisfied. And then the person you gave it to may not be completely satisfied, especially if they find out later you weren't satisfied in doing the thing. They're going to be discouraged that they may not ask you again. They may not want to receive it from you. They're not going to be as pleased as they would be if you were pleased about the situation. So it's like, if you choose to do something for someone else, make sure it's something that you would find pleasurable to do anyway. Yeah, the act of pleasing others is pleasing in itself, but pleasing yourself is the more fuller energy. So just some lasting messages here. Three of Pentacles reverse is just giving, don't shame yourself for needing to learn or needing to find the place to learn. Like the fact that you're here and I just dropped all this baggage and all this trauma bonding shit and all this karma experience shit onto you. Like, some of you are feeling like really heavy and low for not having known before. Wheel of Fortune reverse is really giving like you're probably really afraid of like maybe even bad karma that comes in from not knowing, because I have been channeling that, like, it gets worse before it gets better. It's like when you learn a lesson, all the things from not knowing before kind of gets revealed to you of like, okay, this is what you should know about why it wasn't good before. It's like you'll be shown, like, whether thoughts arise, memories arise, experiences arise. It's like it shows up to show you that comparison, to really show you the lesson of like, it's like when you learn better, like when you learn a concept, then you get shown all of the ways that you can compare that before and after concept. Like, you get to fully ride the experience. When you learn a lesson, like it just kind of becomes that naturally, and you may or may not see it unfold like this. It's natural, okay? Like, you don't have to think so much of it. It just happens. Like, when it's like, for example, I'm going to put the cards down, but I'm going to end it on the Six of Cups energy. It's like Six of Cups is giving like community, friends. It's giving like giving back. So, or like doubling up. So on TikTok, there was a video I received energetically, and it was about narcissists and the connections the narcissist has. Is like, a narcissist family is going to choose the narcissist, even if you confront them with what the narcissist has done to you. Say it's the narcissist mom or the narcissist dad or the narcissist like aunt, okay? And like, you're just like, oh, narc did this to me. They're not going to take your side most often than not, okay? Most often than not, like 90% of the time. They're going to take the narcissist side because it's their family, okay? But it's really giving like, oh, narc wouldn't do that because I wouldn't raise narc that way. But it's like, narc parents are probably the narcs themselves. Like, it's like sometimes you had a narc wounded person, sometimes you actually had the narc. Sometimes it's like the narc wounded person usually is still wounded, still healing, still like trauma bonded to the narc. And it's like, when I received this message about the narcissist and their family, is like their narcissist's best friend, the narcissist's mom, they're like, it doesn't matter if you tell them the absolute truth, all the validation, even if they were there, they're like, they may still take the narcissist side. That your word on it, like, you just need to keep your own peace. Like, there's no need to disrupt even someone else's family dynamic or like situation, because you need your like I'm speaking maybe from personal experience, but it's like I had a childhood best friend who was actually my bully, like a perpetual, like very intense bully, and that many people probably didn't even know, because I didn't let them know. I thought I deserved it. Anyway, I'm not friends with that person anymore. It's been on and off for a couple years, but I made it official. Like, I ghosted them. Like, previously I tried to confront them. Previously I tried to like have mutuals with them, keep them at a distance, try to keep the peace, blah, blah, blah. At this point, it just ghosted, silent, like they're dead to me. I wish them the best, but they're literally dead to me. But I'm still in hometown. I can still experience their family members, though the individual, I think, moved away. Their family members are still local. And so I actually saw one of their family members at the grocery store, and they've always been amazingly fond of me. I actually was one of the best friends that person ever had. And it left a ripple effect throughout their family. And it's like their family, it's awkward for me. It's actually very awkward for me. But they like, oh my God, like, I'm this person's aunt. And I'm like, they don't know. It's like the narc hid the situation from their family. They can't even tell their family they're not friends with me anymore. Because if they did, it would be a complete lie what they would say. Like, oh, why would, like, I don't know. Like, they literally wouldn't have a true, real, authentic answer as for us to, like, why we wouldn't be friends anymore. Because I didn't give them an explanation. There's too much to explain, and I'm not going to be gaslit back into this situation. But it's giving, like, in that moment, I had to let go of my ego, know that these people are happy with this individual because they are, like, ignorance is bliss, because maybe they don't do these harmful things to them. Maybe it was a me thing, not a them thing. A disabled hate, like I received plenty of disabled hate. So it's like, for the most part, I'm one of the only disabled people around me. So then I can't just project the pain I have from that individual onto that individual's family. I just have to surrender to my peace, surrender to my silence, because keeping the silence is peace. Some needed to hear that. Some need to speak up more, but there's a time and a place where it's not my place to tell someone's family members that I'm not in that person's life anymore. It's like they want me to be in that person's life, but it's like, it's my decision. I'm not going to sit and hear all these words about, oh, why not, or why, blah, blah, blah. Like, sometimes just staying silent helps you stay protected, helps keep you at peace. There's some fights that aren't your fight to fight. And it's really giving, like, a lot of people's family members want me to stay around. But that's not for them to decide for me. Like, I decide if I'm going to stay around or not, and I decided not to stay around. So I decided not to put myself in a position to hear certain words, certain phrases, like certain experiences from certain people, because I know where they're at, I know where I'm at, I know what their connections are like, I know what my connections are like. It's like, you know, the details and the story of your life, so you place yourself where you're safe, you place yourself where you feel secure, where you feel sure. The color yellow is significant. The lions, like the strength card, Leo, could be significant, and someone could have one of those, like someone could enjoy a picnic, someone could enjoy nature in this time, and bring a journal and really reflect on either some of the messages in this reading or just some of the details of your life as they relate to this message. Someone needs to spend time seeing for themselves through karma and other people's karmas. You could be seeing 10s and you could be seeing 7s. Everything's gonna be okay. Take care, friends, and stay magical.